Wide boards like this have always been hard for me to cut on the Shopsmith because of the Infeed. And when I have to move the miter slot, miter gauge, let me get this out of the way, this is my fix. But if you notice, this flops down below the table, and then I've got to lift it up and wiggle it back and forth in order to get it to go. So I thought about using my outfeed table, and I adjusted it so it's just at the height of the table, and it's long as an infeed, and that supports my fence here, so now I can come way back, and it helps. It works. So if you know of another way, I would love to hear from you on how you guys might go about doing something like this, because this has always been a hassle for me. But now that I see this, I think for now, unless I hear a better way, this is the way I'm going to go about it. So I'm going to try this cut. I just need to cut a little sliver off the back here. We'll just see how well this works. It should work just fine. That was my first time trying. To me, that was comfortable. I didn't have any issues. It went right on through. Got a nice, good square cut. So, yay. Let me know what you think. If you guys know of a different way to do it, but that worked. And just this flat top here, it's plastic. I bought it at a big box store. I don't know if they make it anymore. Hey YouTube. Alright, we got to set up our dado blade. We got to cut a couple of dados now for the bottom of the cubbyhole section on the headboard. So I've got to use my dado insert. My sacrificial fence. And get this thing all set up. So the first thing to do, I already put this together off camera, and I'm close but not quite. So the first thing I have to do is, this is going to be the shelf piece. So I measure the thickness here with my calipers, which I've already got set up. And then use it on this to see how close I am, and it's close. Maybe a 32nd or a 16th of an inch off. So I may have to widen it a little bit. We'll see when we get closer. So that's what it takes for that. So I'll get this all set up. I don't know if you want to watch me do it or not, but if you do, here's what we're going to do. First thing is going to replace our insert. And I was doing some bevel work earlier. That's why I had this one in instead of my zero clearance. Blade out. My final tightening of the dado blade, I usually do it once I get it on the arbor, so I can get a little more pressure on it. Okay, so we'll take these two and come in here. It doesn't have to be really tight, just good and snug. And now we got to get our depth right. So what I'm going to do is take the sideboard, because these came out a little bit thinner. And I think I only want to go like a 1/2 inch or half of the depth in. So here I'm probably then just under 3/8. Just under 3/8 of an inch deep I want to go. Be right back. Alright, so we'll take our Wixie, turn it on, zero it out, okay, and we'll go to 3/8. Right there. Alright. Trying my new toy. I still like my old method, but this works pretty good too. Alright. We're set. Okay, so now I got to cut a dado down the board a little bit, 11 inches from the end. So in order to do that, we're going to use our fence here, and I need to go 11 inches from the edge of the cutter so that's 11 inch, oops, We're going to get right on the teeth of that outer side. Leave that like that. We'll just move the whole thing out. Just takes a little bit of setup here. And what this is going to do, there we are, that's 11 inches. So what this will do for me is allow me to get this straight across from the top. So what I'm going to have to do on my boards here, these are the sides, is mark the top and then just cut in my my dado. So I'll be right back.